I got an appointment today for my cleaner out in Boise with a nonprofit. It's around 6,000 square feet and they want 2 or 3 days a week. We're going to go out there next week on Wednesday to go out and get the quote.
Got one for my IT guy. It's 500 users. They do some outsourcing, got some in-house. Just really looking to improve consulting time. So, my boss is going to go meet him on Teams, see what we can do for him.
Got an appointment for my client out in Cincinnati today. It's with a manufacturing company. Spoke with the IT director, interested in cybersecurity and compliance as a service. About 120 users, 10 locations. They've got a data center that he oversees, but it should be a really good one for my client out.
Got another one for my client out in New Orleans. It's about 45 minutes away. It's a glass coating company, 16 users, 1 server, 1 location. They reached out to us initially looking to potentially transition IT services over to a new provider, scheduled for tomorrow at 3 in person, and should be a pretty good one.
Got an appointment for one of my clients today. It's a construction company, about 10 users. They don't really have anybody handling their IT right now, so we set up a meeting to go out there in a couple weeks and see how we can help them out.
How did we finish up yesterday? 18. Good. Who's got a good one from yesterday or today to talk about? Ryan.
I got a pretty good one from my client in Fargo yesterday. Spoke with the facilities engineer last week sometime, and he just told me to shoot him over an email, so I didn't think anything of it. And he told me they have a 700,000 square foot warehouse and he sent me like a big diagram of what their roofing plans are, their proposals. So we're going out there Wednesday to give them a quote for now and in the future too. So it should be a pretty good one.
Yesterday. That was pretty good. I already talked about it, but I guess you've already seen about 2 locations, 60 users in Finitech. Joe just got off the partner meeting. The current MSP that those guys are using apparently suck, so it should be a softball for them.
Got my 4th appointment for CD Strong for the month. There was a particular apartment complex that had this insurance policy that we needed to make, and that was going to cost Dave money, so he was trying to find out everything, and he was about to just go there himself because I had been hustling after this for weeks. I said, I'll try one more time tomorrow morning, and I finally got to speak to the property manager, and they are needing a roof replacement, not on the apartment complex that I called, but one of their sister properties in the Central West End, looking to replace a second floor retail space with a TPO roof, and it leaks every time it rains. They repair it every time it rains.
I got a good one for JMS yesterday. It was a lead no response, so I reached out to somebody else, a different contact person. Turned out to be the other KDM, so there's 2 guys running it. When I called him, he was like, we're a church, like a really, really, really big church. And I was like, that's exactly why I called you. So we are going out there next Tuesday. He didn't know exactly the square footage, but when I did like Google Maps thing, it was 169,000-ish, so.
You're off board for Urban Solar. This morning I called yesterday, they had an environmental engineer over there, and she's like, yeah, I looked at solar before for like this specific thing. I had my electrician get everything set up for it, and then no company ever got back to me over it, and I don't know how to write incentives to recapture that value. So they're going out there next week, Tuesday, to talk about that. I'm meeting with an engineer, so they've already got like some design sheet done like a year or 2 ago to even look at it. So.
Got a nice email out here this morning. I was with a trucking company in Pittsburgh. 18 users. They're currently happy with their current provider, but they said they needed help with some remote stuff, so we're going out there first week of March.
They can't help us with another thing, though.
I got one for T3. It was a construction company, 10 users. I called the office. I said, can I speak to somebody who oversees your IT? And she said, I guess that would be me. And I was like, perfect, what do you guys do? And she was like, I kind of just fix everything myself. So I was like, perfect, we'd love to show you what we got. So we got a meeting on Teams in a couple weeks.
Any last ones before we jump into proposals or deals? No? Proposals, deals? Gabe?
Board got a verbal proposal out for $715,000 project.
Network over.
It was around like 36 grand.
Whoa! Whoa! It's a network overhaul. It's the biggest one I've seen, right?
They feel pretty good about it?
Yeah, and so he was kind of talking to someone over there briefly, and then I didn't even know about it, and I called the CIO and set something up, and he was like, I absolutely want to hear what you have to say, and then I was like, I know. Talking to him, and he's like, well, I'm that guy's boss, so we want to hear what you have to say, and yeah.
So we know that the guy's boss is like on board too, so it sounds pretty proud. He's following up with him next week, so we'll see. Get him a formal shots around you.
Got one today from my Utah client, the school district. They were looking for other options, so we're going out there next week. They have about 3,700 users and 8 different servers.
Just got one today from a guy in Atlanta. It's a hotel that I've been tracking down for a couple of weeks now. Talked to the general manager a couple weeks back. They got leaks and problems. They're looking to get a quote for their repairs and a potential re-roof in the next 6 months. Finally called them back, scheduled a good time for us to go out next week.
I got an appointment for my roofing client down there in Arkansas today. It was with an apartment complex. They're just experiencing minor damages, just normal wear and tear after so many years of having the same roof and no work done. So they want us to come down, shoot them a quote, and I feel like there's pretty good odds that we'll close this one, so I'm really excited for it.
Hey, setting up for my solar client down in Florida with a manufacturer down there, around 100,000 square foot facility across 3 buildings, going out there next week.
So set up an appointment for my roofer down in Austin, Texas. It was with a school district, kind of a smaller one, which is nice because the bidding process is a little less crowded. And so they have 4 schools with an admin building additionally. Getting in front of them next week and seeing what projects we can help them out with.